21% of the world's oil passes through a 39-kilometer corridor. Destroy it, and every economy on Earth stops within 48 hours. And yet, almost no one has ever shown you what actually lives inside. This is the Strait of Hormuz. A sliver of water so narrow that Iran and Oman can see each other's lights at night. So shallow in places that supertankers navigate with less than 10 meters beneath their keels. A passage so vital that the world's most powerful navies patrol it constantly, and a place where people wake up every morning and live ordinary lives in the shadow of a catastrophe that never arrives. By the time we reach the end, you'll understand something almost no briefing room in Washington or Tehran will tell you. This place is not a choke point. It's a world. The fisherman you just saw, he's been doing this for 40 years. His name is Hassan, or Mahmoud. The name changes, but the story is always the same. He wakes at 4, walks to the harbor in the dark. Unties a wooden dhow his father built and pushes into water that by noon will carry more wealth than most nations produce in a year. Every morning, Hassan threads his way between giants. Supertankers a quarter-mile long, carrying 2 million barrels each. They don't see him. Their radar was built for steel, not a wooden hull that barely registers as a ghost. He navigates by instinct, the color of the water, the direction of the wind. And every morning, he returns with enough fish to feed his family. Then oil changed everything. Long before oil, this water carried spices, pearls, and empires. Persian fleets once guarded these shores. Portuguese forts still crumble on the islands. Stone skeletons of a time when controlling this passage meant controlling half the world's trade. Spices from India, silk from China, frankincense from Arabia, every cargo that ever mattered passed through this water. Today, 21 million barrels pass through here every single day. 1 of every 5 barrels consumed on the planet. If the strait closed, a mine, a missile, a single sinking tanker, The global economy would seize within 2 days. And Hassan would still wake at 4 because the fish don't care about geopolitics. The US Fifth Fleet sits in Bahrain, 400 kilometers away. Iran's Revolutionary Guard patrols from the northern shore. They watch each other constantly, radar blinking, radio channels monitored, warships passing within shouting distance. The distance between an Iranian patrol boat and an American destroyer can close in seconds. The men on both sides know this. They've rehearsed it in simulations, they've dreamed about it, and every morning they choose not to start a war. One miscalculation, and the entire apparatus of deterrence collapses. But here's what satellite images don't show you. Between the warships and tankers, there are islands. Dozens of them. Markets, mosques, schools, and kitchens where women are grinding something red that exists nowhere else on Earth. And that is what you're about to see. What you're about to see will completely change how you understand this place. Because beneath the oil and the warships, there is an island made of red earth, and a secret the Strait has been keeping for 700 years. The island is called Hormuz. Approach it from the water, and it looks like a wound in the earth. Cliffs of crimson and ochre, sand the color of rust, a landscape so alien that geologists come from every continent to study it. The red is iron oxide, the same mineral that gives Mars its color. But here, they call it shellac. For centuries, they've ground it into powder, mixed it with water and salt, used it to dye cloth, paint pottery, season their food. Walk through the Friday market, and you'll see women behind small mounds of red earth, weighing it on brass scales, wrapping it in newspaper. The spice of Hormuz, it tastes like the sea and the earth at once. The air in the market is thick with salt and iron, the smell of red earth being weighed, wrapped, exchanged. You hear the small clink of brass scales, the rustle of newspaper, the murmur of negotiations that have followed the same rhythm for generations. About 6,000 people live here. most have never left. They watch the world's largest tankers pass their bedroom windows every morning like a slow parade of floating cities. Across the water on Qeshm, the largest island in the strait, shipbuilders still construct wooden vessels the way their forefathers did for 1,000 years. Entirely from memory, without a single blueprint. UNESCO has recognized this craft as irreplaceable. No plans, no digital models, just the knowledge stored in a master builder's hands, the curve of a hull remembered like a song, passed down through generations of men who learned by watching, not by reading. The masters work by touch, their palms reading the wood the way a musician reads a score. They can tell by the grain alone whether a plank will hold against 20 years of salt and sun. The only sound is the rasp of hand tools, adzes and chisels, the same shapes their grandfathers used. When a lenge is finished, it leaves the beach without a single nail that wasn't hammered by memory. There's a school near the port on Hormuz. You hear the children reciting Persian poetry from the street. Sometimes, when a particularly large tanker passes, the teacher pauses. The whole classroom turns to the window. They watch it slide across the horizon, then go back to their books. The light through the classroom window is pale and dusty. Outside, a supertanker fills half the horizon. Inside, a 12-year-old recites Hafez from memory, a poem about love and wine, written 600 years ago in a city 2 hours north of here. The tanker passes. The poem continues. This is normal here. After school, the children of Hormuz run straight to the water. They've been doing this since they could walk, wading into the same current that carries 2 million barrels an hour. They don't think about it. They just swim. Down at the harbor, fishermen sort their catch on wooden tables bleached by decades of sun. Sardines, mostly. They work in rhythms so familiar, they don't need words. A grunt, a raised eyebrow. Their hands move without hesitation, grab, sort, toss, a choreography learned in childhood. The gulls know exactly when to arrive. The fish don't care about sanctions. They just arrive, season after season, as they always have. Further south, off Hengam Island, pods of wild dolphins have been racing the same wooden boats for centuries. At dawn and dusk, they come closest, surfacing in pairs, exhaling a brief mist that catches the low sun. Sometimes they ride the bow wave of a fishing dhow for 100 meters before peeling away. The fishermen don't stop to watch. They've seen it 1,000 times. But they always glance. The dolphins don't follow maritime borders. They don't care about patrol zones or sanctions. They just move with the fish and the tides, perhaps the only creatures in the entire strait that answer to no one. And when the sun begins to set, something shifts. The water that was turquoise at noon turns to pewter, then to ink. The horizon dissolves, and the strait, which felt crowded all day, suddenly feels vast and empty, a dark plain with no landmarks. But there is something the fishermen won't tell you. Something they only discuss after the boats are tied and the children are asleep. Because when night falls on the Strait of Hormuz, the rules change, and the water belongs to no one. The tankers don't stop at night. They can't. $50,000 a day to operate. So they move continuously, their deck lights forming a constellation on the black water. From above, it looks like a long, thin city of 30 ships, stretching from the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman. Somewhere in the darkness, the patrol boats are watching. Iranian fast attack craft, small, agile, 50 knots. They don't show up on radar. They emerge from the blackness, circle a tanker once, and disappear. A reminder, we are here. We see you. In the dark, the only evidence of their passage is a wake that glows briefly with bioluminescence, a green ghost trail that fades in seconds. By the time the tanker crew spots it, the boat is already gone. On the American side, the Fifth Fleet runs its own patrols. Drones circle overhead, cameras capturing heat signatures in the dark. In combat information centers, officers stare at screens for 12-hour shifts, tracking every contact, logging every anomaly. The strait at night is a chessboard where every piece is invisible and every move is watched. And Hassan, the fisherman from the morning, he's asleep by now. He went to bed at 9 like he always does. Tomorrow, he'll wake at 4 and do it all again. That's the thing about the Strait of Hormuz. It's the most dangerous stretch of water in the world, and also the most ordinary. The apocalypse is always scheduled for tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. The fishermen keep fishing. The women keep grinding their red earth. The children keep reciting their poetry. And the tankers keep moving, one after another, carrying the world's economy through a 39-kilometer gap that by all logic should have exploded decades ago. But why hasn't it? Because the people who live here, the fishermen, the market vendors, the school teachers, the shipbuilders, have built something that geopolitics can't touch. A normal life, a life that doesn't care about the headlines. In a moment, we're going to leave this place. But before we do, there's one last thing you need to see. It happens every morning, just before dawn, and it might be the only thing about this strait that actually matters. It's 4 in the morning again. The call to prayer hasn't sounded yet. The only light comes from the tankers, still moving, still carrying the weight of the world. Hassan walks to the harbor. The same path, the same wooden gate that creaks, the same dog that watches him pass without barking. He unties his boat, the same dhow his father built, and pushes out into the water. The engine coughs once, then catches. He doesn't look at the tankers. He looks at the water, its color, its movement, the tiny signals that tell him where the fish are hiding. He's been reading this water for 40 years, and it has never lied to him. The sun rises, the water turns gold. A supertanker passes a kilometer to his left, carrying enough oil to power a small country for a month. Hassan doesn't look up. He pulls his net, hand over hand, the same motion his father taught him. His catch is small today. It doesn't matter. He'll be back tomorrow. And somewhere on Hormuz Island, a woman is already sitting behind her mound of red earth. In the school, the teacher is writing today's poetry on the blackboard. On Qeshm, a shipbuilder runs his hand along the curve of a new hull, checking by touch what no blueprint could tell him. And in the command centers, the officers are changing shifts, new eyes on the same screens. The world's most dangerous passage, the world's most ordinary morning. Nothing has changed. Everything has changed. The strait doesn't care about the headlines. It just keeps being what it's always been, a sliver of water between two shores, carrying everything, revealing nothing, holding the planet together, one tanker at a time. And Hassan, alone on his boat in the gold light of dawn, finally looks up. He watches the tanker disappear toward the Gulf of Oman. Then he turns back to his net. The fish are waiting. Behind him, the strait is fully awake now. On Hormuz, the first customers are arriving at the Friday market. On Qeshm, a shipbuilder is lighting his morning fire beneath a half-finished hull. The tankers keep their slow parade. And in a classroom by the port, a teacher writes today's date on the blackboard. Just another morning in the most dangerous place on Earth.